That's my best friend. That's my best friend.
Peace and assalamu alaikum, family. This is your brother Malcolm Flex TV, and I'm here with a very, very important video tonight at this moment. See, and this video is titled The Weaponization of Malcolm X, okay, through the use of Hollywood propaganda. Through the use of Hollywood propaganda by these movies and these TV shows that they are putting out, okay? And what they are doing is on purpose. But my question is, why does the FBI have interest in newspaper articles that are coming out against the Nation of Islam in the past all the way up to now? Okay? Because in the past, the newspaper journalists, they manipulated them. They gave them articles to put out there. The FBI wrote the articles that these journalists was putting out, and they were manipulating the information that was getting put out to the people. Well, today I found proof of them doing this with movie scripts. More specifically, the Malcolm X movie. And I'm about to prove it right now. This is the FBI document right here, right? I'm showing y'all my screen. I'm sharing this with y'all. This particular one is called Malcolm Little, Malcolm X Headquarters, File 21 of 27, FBI Vault, right? Here are some of the files. And your brother is going to show and prove to all you silly brothers and sisters who just totally believe the movie face value and you condemn the Nation of Islam. I'm going to show you all FBI manipulation in Hollywood. For those who don't believe members of the Nation of Islam, when we are telling you that this movie is weaponized against us to stop progress in the black community. I'm going to show y'all actual proof, since y'all don't want to believe the Nation of Islam. I'm going to show y'all what the white man is saying that he is doing. Right? Now, let me show you the date. This right here was stamped April 2nd, 1968, but it was written March 27th, 1968. Okay? So I'm going to read this, right? And this is finna be very interesting. This is in 1968, family. This is shocking. I just found this. I came across this just doing random research. But let me read this, right? It has, at the top, Director, FBI. Malcolm K. Little, Internal Security, Muslim Mosque Incorporated. Right? That was the Muslim Mosque Incorporated was the organization that Brother Malcolm had created a few days after he split from the Nation of Islam. Okay? So let me read this to you. It says, enclosed for Chicago, Los Angeles, and Phoenix is a Xerox copy of an article which appeared in the March 9th, 1968 edition of the New York Times, page 23. It reads, the above-mentioned article indicates that two films two film companies in Hollywood are currently preparing to start production on two separate films on the life of subject now deceased who is better known as Malcolm X. Columbia Pictures, which owns the movie rights to the book, The Autobiography of Malcolm X, will produce one of the movies to be released under that title. The script is being written by James Baldwin. The second movie is being produced by 20th Century Fox and will be entitled Malcolm X. Malcolm X. Isn't Denzel Washington the lead actor of that movie, Malcolm X, and isn't Spike Lee the director of that movie, the producer of that movie? The executive producer? Okay. It says the script is being written by James Baldwin. The second movie is being produced by 20th Century Fox and will be entitled Malcolm X. The script for the latter is being written by Louis Lomax. All offices have previously been alerted under the quote, Nation of Islam is NOI caption to a possible movie on the life of Malcolm X since it is anticipated, okay, listen, to a possible movie on the life of Malcolm X since it is anticipated that such a film would be detrimental to the Nation of Islam and its leader, Elijah Muhammad. Let me back that up. It says, since it is anticipated that such a film would be detrimental to the Nation of Islam and its leader, Elijah Muhammad. Family, this document was written in 1968. When did the Malcolm X movie come out? The Malcolm X movie came out, I believe, 1992. This was in 1968. But let me keep reading. Los Angeles is requested to the Los Angeles office, FBI office at that. The Los Angeles is requested to discreetly contact sources at the above two studios to confirm the information in the article and to determine details relative to these two films. Los Angeles should be particularly alert for indications that the Bureau will be mentioned or portrayed in either movie. So they want to know if the Bureau, the FBI, is going to be mentioned or portrayed in this movie. Listen, Los Angeles should obtain advance copies of these scripts in order that the interests of the Bureau may be protected. Oh wow. Listen what it's saying. Los Angeles should obtain advance copies of these scripts in order that the interests of the Bureau may be protected, handle promptly, and furnish the results in a form suitable for dissemination to the Bureau and all interested offices. Okay, so what they're saying is, and I'm reading it to you in black and white, that they anticipated in 1968, because the movie came out in 1992, they anticipated that such a film would be detrimental to the Nation of Islam and its leader Elijah Muhammad. But they wanted to get their hands on the script, right, in advance, okay, so they can protect the interests of the Bureau, right? Now, let me scroll down a little bit. Let me scroll down. Keep reading. It says racial informants had previously advised of the possible production of a movie on the life of Malcolm K. Little, a former leading black nationalist who was better known as Malcolm X. Malcolm X was formerly an official of the Nation of Islam before breaking from the group in 1964, at which time he formed his own two organizations, the Muslim Mosque Incorporated and the Organization of African American Unity. He was assassinated on February 21st, 1965, and 3 members of the Nation of Islam have been convicted of his murder. Since then, Malcolm X has become a saint to the black nationalist movement. They said since then, Malcolm X had become a saint to the black nationalist movement. The March 9th, 1968 edition of the New York Times contained an article indicating that 2 separate films on the life of Malcolm X are scheduled to be produced by 2 major Hollywood studios. Production is not expected before the late summer of 1968. Columbia Pictures will produce the autobiography of Malcolm X based on the book of the same title, of which they own the movie rights. The movie script is reportedly being written by James Baldwin, a well-known Negro writer, and they redacted the other part. The second movie, to be entitled Malcolm X, is being produced by 20th Century Fox, and the movie script is reportedly being written by Louis Lomax, a well-known Negro author. It says action, with basically their plan of action, the FBI's plan of action. It says that the attached letter be sent instructing the Los Angeles office to contact sources at these 2 studios in order to confirm the news article, to determine if the Bureau is to be mentioned or portrayed in either movie, and to obtain advance copies of the scripts when available in order to protect the interests of the Bureau. Family, this is an actual document, an FBI dossier. Family, the Nation of Islam do not have to lie about what had happened with our dear brother Malcolm X, and we are telling you and showing you the direct involvement in the media propaganda that the FBI is involved in against the Nation of Islam. I'm showing you in an article that was written in 1968 that the movie Malcolm X was mentioned almost 30 years before the movie actually even came out. And they said that they wanted to get advance copies of the scripts to protect the interests of the Bureau. So this is your brother Malcolm Flex TV, live and direct, bringing y'all the receipts, bringing y'all the documents, bringing y'all the truth, bringing y'all the facts. If anybody doubt the Nation of Islam and the claims that we make against the federal government and their involvement in the assassination of brother Minister Malcolm X. Peace and assalamu alaikum.